Oh my gosh, it is finally here. I had to film this as soon as I possibly could. I'm like in my dirty house clothes, my hair is a mess, but I finally got the Colourpop Twilight collection. If you're not aware what happened with this particular Colourpop collection, the first drop of the Twilight collab sold out in, I want to say, less than 10 minutes. I tried to get it on the first time, I could not. I just got this on the first restock, which also sold out. I'm not sure how long that took to sell out, but I know not everyone was able to get what they wanted during the first restock. So I know a second restock is coming, which is why I felt it still might be worth it to try to film everything, even though this has been kind of out for a while. So the collection has the eyeshadow palette, which I just showed, 3 Lux Lip Oils, which is honestly like the most intriguing part of the collection for me, 2 Super Shock highlighters, which I'm a little intimidated by because they are like stark white. And even though I'm like light-ish, depending on the lighting, it's a very sunny day, so I'm coming off a little pinker than I usually do on camera, but these look kind of pale, even for me. And then I have it still in the packaging, but I already tried this just because my boyfriend saw this as I was unboxing it, and he was kind of curious. Also, it's called Like Diamond, it's the body oil. It's called Like Diamonds, but he's like, why is it called Skin of a Killer? Which I did not realize my boyfriend was that up to date on like Twilight lore or quotes. And then the final thing in the collection is 3 eyeliners. 3 eyeliners. So my usual process is to first start with the eyeshadow palette and go through all of these swatches. I've already remove the plastic thingy. I've learned my lesson from previous videos, because whenever I try to open it up on camera with the plastic lining still inside, it always like falls out on me or does something weird and I get eyeshadow all over my bed, which is where I'm filming. Now I'm always a sucker for a pop of green, which I immediately see right in the middle, but there's also a couple of like lighter glitter shades that I'm intrigued by, so let's dive into this. The first shade, which I believe is a glitter, is called Edward. Yeah. That's like a gritty glitter texture. I'm always conflicted about including these like glitter shades in Colourpop palettes because as a lover of Asian makeup, I go nuts for glitter, but I know a lot of people don't like them. So I guess it's gonna just be up to your personal preference. The next shade is called Unconditionally. It's a smooth kind of gray matte. There we go. The next shade is called Prom Night. Alright, now this is a metallic. I couldn't tell in the pan if this was a glitter or a metallic because it's chunky, but kind of in like this like gray area of it's not chunky enough to be a glitter and you don't feel the individual particles when you press into the pan, but if you can see on camera, the sort of shimmer bits are separated enough where just looking at it in the pan, you could also think it might be a glitter, but no, it's more of like a smooth metallic. This next shade is definitely a glitter. It's Immortal. Ooh, a little bit smoother than Edward though. Oh, never mind. When I swatch it on my hand, it chunks up. Last shade in the first row is called Ice Cold. I could just barely see that on my hand. First shade on the second row is called Say It Out Loud. Now for me, unfortunately, I feel like this palette came out at the wrong time of year because I love these kind of like cool tone shades in the winter time. And since we're like now going into like spring, summer, I'm wondering how often I'm gonna use this, at least until like next like end of fall, early winter time. Okay, the next shade is called The Cullens. This is a fun shimmery blue, although it didn't swatch that well. I've definitely already mentioned it, but I feel like some of Colourpop's more recent collabs have been kind of hit and miss in my opinion, especially in terms of like the quality of the shimmers. I just don't feel it's the same formula as years past. So with that being said, let's swatch the shade I was most interested, called Lion and the Lamb. It's that green shade. Ooh, on the finger it looks great. Ooh, swatch. Definitely will have to play with that when I get to the eye look. The next shade is called 17. And then the final shade in the second row is called Moonlit. Alrighty, on to the last row. We have Impossibly Fast. Ooh, that's a nice swatch for a dark matte. Next we have Bella. Then we have Irresistible. Oh, that's a nice clean swatch for a shimmer shade. Next is Irrevocably. And then the final shade is Forever Young. Ooh. I'm trying to decide what eye look I want to do with this palette. I definitely want to play with the glitters. Definitely want to use at least one of the shimmer shades that didn't swatch quite well, because sometimes, you know, shimmer shades, it's not going to swatch well, and then it performs well on the eyes. You never know. I think first I'm going to go in with 17. Rude. Whoa! I purposely went in light with like kind of a fluffier blending brush so I wouldn't pick up as much product, but holy moly. I'm gonna need a moment to blend this all out. As you could see, even with the video sped up, that took a while. Honestly, I'm still not even like 100% happy with how blended out the matte is, but I kind of don't care for some of these areas because I know I'm going to cover it up with a shimmer or a metallic anyway. So I think, speaking of, I'm gonna go in with Lion and the Lamb, see how this shadow performs, whether or not I see that shift that we see in the pan. Surprised it showed up so well on camera, because normally a lot of times stuff with shifts don't always show up on camera the best, or it's like I kind of have to play kind of like tricks to get it to show. Okay, I am really liking this on my eyes. This is going in nicely. I always apply shimmers with my fingers. Once in a blue moon, I'll apply with a brush when I want a less intense effect. But I'm very much like a kind of pow kind of person when it comes to shimmers, so the more intense, the better. It's kind of also with my like sparkly lip gloss series. It's like the more shimmer, punchy impact I can have, I'll take it. Okay, I am really liking this. So I think I'm gonna darken up the outer crease area with a little bit of Forever Young. Just looking at this in the pan, at first I couldn't tell if this was a true shimmer shade or like one of those mattes with shimmer in it that Colourpop sometimes has, but when I bring it close to the camera, it's a true shimmer. So yeah, just a little teeny bit. So for instances like this, where I really want the shadow to blend in and work well with the others, I'll like start with my finger and then go in with a brush for a better blending effect. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly go back in with more Lion and the Lamb. There we go, just marry those two together. I definitely want some glitter for the tear duct. I think I'm just gonna go full impact and go in with Little Edward. Now for glitter, what I'll often do is I'll take a eyeliner brush, or even like a brow brush, whatever is smallest. And then I'll go in just on this lower part here. Sometimes I'll even try to do like glitter tears. But for this, I kind of want the glitter to create a wing. Especially on this eye, though, even when I try to create a wing, depending on where the glitter goes, because glitter is a little unpredictable at times. It still ends up looking like glitter tears just because this eye is shaped differently from this eye. So yeah, up close like this, the glitter can look a little crazy, but when you zoom out, it just kind of brings like a light to the outside part of the eye. Although I will say, I definitely also want some inner corner highlight for the inside of my eye to balance things out. So for that, I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Ice Cold. Always use my index finger for inner corner highlight just because this is the finger that gives me the most control. Although even though as I'm saying that, I'm like holding my breath. Oh yeah, because see, even with the index finger, I kind of did a little too much, too far out towards my nose bridge. Hopefully I can do better on the other side. No, yeah. I think my thing is that even when my nails are slightly longer than this, like this is nothing, but I think because when my nails are even the tiniest bit out, I'm always afraid of poking myself in the eye. So I can't even imagine like what like having acrylics is like. I know my sister sometimes gets acrylics, like how would she apply makeup? I don't know. I remember the longest I've ever had my nails, they were much longer than I grew them out for a wedding. And yeah, I was terrified to apply makeup. Somehow I did it. But anyways, now that I got my eye look going on, I am going to do my mascara, my brows, and my base makeup, and be right back to try everything else. Alrighty, got most of my base makeup on, except for obviously my highlighter, because I'm going to be trying the new highlighters. I can't remember if I've ever mentioned this on camera, but whenever I apply concealer under my eyes, which is most days, I will then go back in and retouch up my inner corner, and then if I have like glitter or shimmer in the tear duct as well, just because when I apply concealer under here, it tends to cover a little bit of that up. I've only been away for like 10-15 minutes, and I'm already starting to see a little bit of fallout from the green on this eye. Not so much on this eye, because like I said, these two eyes are kind of differently shaped, although I am starting to get a double lid on this eye as I get older. This used to be like a true mono lid, whereas like I kind of now like have a half double lid, whereas this has like a full double lid. And yeah, you can even see like the two ends of these eyes are kind of shaped a little bit differently too. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I'm getting fallout on one eye and not the other because they're two different shapes. But speaking of my eye look, I always feel like I forget the eyeliners in these collections, and I forgot to swatch the eyeliners, and I don't have eyeliner on my look right now, so maybe I can just add one on real quick. This one is Vampire. If memory serves, at least one of these is green, so that's probably the one I'm gonna try. Ooh, this formula is very wet. I even tried to give it a minute to dry down, and it still doesn't look... Yeah, it's still not dry, which is a little worrying for me, because like I said, with my double lids, eyeliner is a little bit of a rough game for me. I got two eyes that are two different shapes, and then with the double lids, things transfer very easily, so this is gonna be interesting. The next shade is called Forever. Ah, this is the green one. Okay, so this is the one I'm gonna try. But first, let me swatch the last guy, which is called Coven. This one, ooh, this is the black, so this one is not as wet. You saw I needed the kind of second swipe to get a solid line, whereas like the red, and even to a lesser extent the green, went on fully bold, like immediately. Forever, that's the green one. So I'm gonna try this on my eyes and we'll see how it goes. Ooh, this last like little connecting bit right here, I had to do that off camera. I just couldn't do it under the pressure of like being recorded. But so far, no transferring from the eyeliner itself. I was careful to kind of like keep my double lids lifted while I waited for it to initially dry down, so there's not that risk of like an instant transfer because the formula hasn't dried down completely yet. It's just one of those tricks you learn when you have double eyelids or hooded eyes. Now onto the highlighters. Like I said, little intimidated by these. This first one is called Vampire Skin. Like my boyfriend says, like, why is none of this called Skin of a Killer? I have to wonder if, like, maybe they didn't want to associate any of their products with, like, killing. Like, there's another line from Twilight. It's like, I'm a killer, Bella. I've killed before. I'm the world's most dangerous killer. So maybe they just didn't want to associate any of their stuff with that. So let me swatch this guy first. Whoa! Oh boy. Woo! Okay! Actually swatched out, that's not intense compared to what you see on my finger. I'm wondering if I can blend it out to the point it looks at least semi-natural. I think what I'm gonna have to do is do one highlighter on this cheek and one highlighter on this cheek and then do both on the nose, which is probably gonna look crazy. But, here we go. Oh yeah, diffused on a brush. That is actually very natural looking. Okay, I say it looks natural in the camera monitor. Let me get out my mirror and so I can see what this looks like in real life. Okay, I do actually take that back. This does look very natural. Like, weirdly natural. Like, when I say that, I mean, I am very familiar with the Colourpop Super Shock highlighter formula. I have a ton of them, and almost all of them show up more than this one does. Like, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more, make sure I'm not crazy. Okay, I think I just didn't pick up enough the first time. That's more like the Super Shock highlighter I am familiar with. I am trying out a new blush today. This is the Merit Flush Bomb in Cheeky. It's not a new formula to me. I've tried Beverly Hills, but this is another color gotten gratis when I used to work for Sephora that I just never got around to trying. And I was worried like the formula might have been messing with the application of the Super Shock highlighters, but no, I think it's just my fault. I didn't pick up enough the first time because I was just so scared of the impact. Now, moving on to the second highlighter, this is Meadow. I love that like a lot of this imagery for the Twilight collab is like that specific scene of them in the meadow that's like what originally inspired Stephanie Meyers to write Twilight. Alrighty, so this is also like that kind of very intense white base, but whereas Vampire Skin has kind of like blue flecks, and it's got a little bit more, the white base is a little bit more like kind of cool blue toned. This is got a lot of purple in it. And the base is like a little bit more on the yellow side. Let's see how it swatches. Yes, this base is very different because it's not coming out as intense as Vampire Skin just off of the bat. You're getting more of the purple flecks than the white base itself. Yep, and it comes out that way in the swatch too. It's like pink. Let's see what it looks like on my face. You can't tell now, I'm just applying it like a regular Super Shock highlight. I'm not trying to be gentle anymore. Yes, this is nice. I like this one a lot more, I think, than Vampire Skin. Whereas this Vampire Skin, yeah, because you get that white base. It's not translating super well on camera. I think it's also because it's kind of a cloudy day, so my lighting has been shifting a lot. But you get more of the white base on Vampire Skin, whereas Meadow, it's more of a regular highlighter. You get more of kind of that pinky purple iridescence as opposed to kind of like that like bam of Vampire Skin, which I guess makes sense that the more intense one's called Vampire Skin. Now, for the fun part, let's do both of them together on my nose. Yeah, so there's Vampire Skin. A little nervous to look in the mirror. Is my nose gonna look white? Okay, you can see a little bit of the white, but in person it looks kind of obvious, kind of like that really intense like Gen Z nose highlight. On camera it's coming off as much more natural, probably because a big cloud chose right now to pass by. Hopefully like the sun will come out before I'm finished filming so you can get a better sense of this, but this is what I have to work with right now. Actually, you know what? I have an idea, because I have a ring light for filming auditions, so let's shed a little light on the subject. I'm filming on my bed, so I can't hook up my ring light to my stand because my bed goes all the way to the wall, but with the ring light, you can see the white base of vampire skin a lot more, as well as the kind of pinky notes from Meadow. Maybe if I apply it more intensely, you can see it on cam. And then yeah, you can kind of see the effects of both of them on my nose, and you can get a better sense of how intense these highlights are put together. My eyes also reflect the ring light into it, which makes me look creepy. I swear, normally when I film auditions, the ring light doesn't do that, but I guess with whatever I'm working with today. I will also, because yeah, probably because it's so close. Yeah, there we go. My camera is like readjusting to this new lack of light after I turned off the ring light, so now my eyes look super dark and all of like my black hair, the black of my shirt looks like super black. So, got 2 more things left. Like I said, this I've already tried, the body oil. My boyfriend was curious about it, like what it would look like on my arms. So I've tried this already, so let me just try this quickly for camera. Here's my arm pre any body oil. And I gotta work fast because I don't want the oil spilling on my bed. But yeah, I have never tried any of these soul body oils. It's never really been something that, oh, you can't really see that, dang it, intrigued me. But this came with the collection, and I was like, oh, that does, like a shimmery body oil for Twilight and the whole, like, vampire sparkle thing. That works. Actually, let's see if I can use the magic of my ring light to capture this. Dang it, no, not even with the ring light can you really see it. Oh well. So at least when I apply this with my hands, I end up getting more of the glitter on my hand compared to my arm. It's a nice kind of subtle shimmer though. I honestly expected it to be a little more intense than what it is. Like, truly, I expect what I see on my hand, which is just like all different colors of glitter and shimmer. But on my arm, you really can only see it when I adjust or move my arm at a certain angle. And as I know from applying this before, this is gonna take forever to wash out. My shop professor in college banned us from using glitter in any of our projects because he's like, glitter is forever. Once you apply it, it never goes away. And I truly never understood what he was talking about until I really started working with glitter makeup. Now, last but not least, we have the Lux Lip Oils. Like I said, I am like the most excited for these just because the colors for lip oils seem very intriguing. This first one is called Bella. I am a sucker for red lip gloss. I don't think I've ever owned a red lip oil, so I'm curious to know what the difference is. Ooh, I really love this. I have been like a cherry coke kind of girl lately in terms of my lip colors, so this is like right up my alley. It's subtle enough that it's still like very natural looking, but the pigment is deep enough that it penetrates my lips. And if you are new to this channel, because I swear I've been bringing it up a lot, I have very highly naturally pigmented lips, so a lot of times lip products either that are supposed to be tinted either just don't show up on my lips or only show up very faintly. And for the lip oils, I'm not gonna strategize what order to go in just because I'm not worried about staining like I would with a lot of other lip products. This is Team Jacob. Ooh, this is a black lip oil. This is another color that's been kind of trending a little bit. It's because people want a dark or even just straight black lip oil or lip gloss just because it kind of very lightly darkens the color of your natural lips. With my lips being multiple colors though and already kind of having a natural grayish tint, I'm curious to see how this will look. I'm really on the fence about this. On one hand, I kind of like how it gives like a dark outline to my lips, and it kind of is giving me like kind of like gothic, vampy, like emo vibes. On the other hand, it's settling into my lip lines in a way I don't find super attractive. Also, it kind of confirmed my fears that it didn't really give me like a naturally darker shade of my lips, but rather kind of emphasized the grayness in my lips in a way I kind of was hoping it wouldn't. So let me know what you think about this. I really don't know. Last but not least, we have Team Edward, ooh, which is a dark blue. After seeing that black though, I am a little worried what this is gonna look like on me. Okay, this is definitely better than the Team Jacob lip gloss. I guess that means I'm Team Edward. When I was growing up with Twilight, I never really chose a side in that battle. I don't know why. But yeah, I am not really getting a blue tint on my lips. It's coming out gray, kind of similarly to how the Team Jacob lip oil did. Kind of like how I was saying earlier, how my lips just tend to absorb pigment. I'm seeing like a wisp of the blue, but it's mostly coming out as just gray. I don't know, I'm definitely gonna take the thumbnail picture with the Bella lip oil because I like that one the most on me. Honestly, that's it. I'm Team Bella. Team Bella. Actually, yeah, I think I was kind of like Team Bella when Twilight was really big. Anyways, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, were you able to pick up anything from the Twilight collection? Are you going to be trying to pick up anything for the restock? Let me know, and I will see you next time.